Okay, so we're starting 3.3 and we're going to do a review of long division. So maybe you learned this in grade school, maybe, I don't know, around the third or fourth grade, maybe fourth grade. I don't remember when we teach long division, but something like this. So when you have the dividend, that's what you're dividing into, and then you have the divisor. And then our answer is going to be up here, and that's going to be the quotient. So I'll use those words sometimes when I'm explaining division. Now you might be saying, well, why are we reviewing long division? Because it's going to lead into polynomial long division. So a review of this will be helpful. So if you remember, you look at the first, your divisor, 226, and then you look at the first two numbers here and you say, well, how many times does 26 go into 39? You don't look at the whole thing. You just look at the first parts. And this is an algorithm that we learn called long division. I'm going to erase those lines so they're not in my way. All right. Well, I'm going to say 26 goes into 39 one time. Then you multiply 1 times 26. And then if you remember, you subtract. Okay, so 6 from 9 is 3, 2 from 3 is 1. We have to make sure that that number that we get after subtracting is less than 26, but it is. And then you bring down the next number, 8. So then you go through the process again. How many times does 26 go into 138? So I'm thinking it's going to be maybe 6 times, maybe only 5. Let me think about it a little bit. Let's try 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Carry the 3. 6 times 2 is 12. 13, 14, 15. Oh, that's too big. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know where I came up with 6. Okay, that was a bad guess. I'm erasing it. Let's try 5. 5 might be reasonable. All right. 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3. 10 and 3 is 13. Okay, as long as 130 is less than 138, we're okay. So subtract. I'm going to get 8, bring down the 3. So that 3 is coming down. All right. 26 into 83. I'm going to say it's about 3. Let's see what happens. 8. I'm going to multiply now. 3 times 26. So 18, carry the 1. And what do I get? 6 and 1 is 7. And then I'm subtracting. So I have to borrow, but anyway, I get a remainder of 5. Now we won't be putting a decimal place and more zeros. So we could write this as 153 and 5 over 26. Some point they should have taught you how to use fractions with the remainders. And so you're putting the remainder over the divisor. Okay, so that's long division. Now we're going to try it, similar thing, with polynomials. So it says divide this polynomial by this polynomial. This is your divisor, x plus 3. And then we're going to put it into x squared, the dividend, which is x squared plus 10x plus 21. Okay? Now, they're polynomials, so it's going to be a little bit different. The first thing we do is we look at the first term here and the first term here. How many times does x go into x squared? Now, if you're wondering about that, you could go over to the side and think, what's x squared divided by x? Sometimes I think of it as, what do I have to multiply x by to get x squared? I want it to look exactly like x squared. And the answer is, in all those cases, x. Okay, so x goes into x squared x times. If you think about, up here you have x times x over x. Those cancels and you get x. Okay, so however you want to do it. Now, that's the division part. Now we multiply. X times x is x squared. That's supposed to happen. It should look exactly like the term that we were dividing into. Sorry, that line bugs me when it's there. So, all right. So that's supposed to happen. X times x is x squared. Now you also have to go x times 3. which is plus 3x. Okay, so that's kind of the bonus, the tag along part or whatever. Now I usually tell students, get yourself a good sign changing pen. We're going to subtract, but to subtract, you've got to subtract both of them. So you're changing their signs, okay? That's what we're doing. That's the subtraction part. All right. X squared minus x squared, those cancel out. That's supposed to happen. All right. Now, what's 10x minus 3x? 7x. And then you're going to bring down the next term. Now we start the whole process over. So let me do a little erasing here, which I hate to do because I know it messes you up in your notes, but just to make it clearer here. Okay, how many times does x go into 7x? Or what's 7x divided by x? Or what do I have to multiply x by to get 7x? You know, x times what equals 7x? Well, in all those cases, the answer is 7. Now it's going to be plus 7. It's a positive 7, and these are terms that we're writing up. We're going to get another polynomial in the end. Okay, that's the division part. Now we multiply. 7 times x, 7x. 7 times 3, 21, plus 21. Okay, grab your sign changing pen, and you're going to change the signs on this bottom part. That's the subtraction part. And what happens? 7x minus 7x cancels. 21 minus 21 cancels. So we get a remainder of 0. Sometimes the remainder is 0. Okay, that's the work. That's the long division. What's the answer? The answer is the quotient, x plus 7. That's the answer right there. If you were to multiply x plus 7 times x plus 3, you would get the dividend x squared plus 10x plus 21. Now, that's what we call polynomial long division. It takes a few of these, about 3 or 4, before you can, really get the hang of it. Okay? So, and there's a few things that we haven't talked about, but we'll get those in the next videos.